I've learned the 15 days. I think the first very important I want to tell you that I'm a 100% made in China. I've never been trained outside China. I taught myself English in China 30 years ago. I was I don't know, for whatever reasons, I was in Hangzhou, and it's a beautiful city. It's a West Lake, and it was the first city that opened to the West. A lot of American tourists visited the city, and I showed them around every morning for 9 years. I never stopped just to wet the West Lake, show American tourists, the foreign tourists around the city. They taught me English, and I showed them free. I worked as a free guide, and I practiced my English. I learned what is American culture. I started to be not only interested in the American language, the English, but also the American culture. 15 years ago, I came to Seattle, first trip to the States. And first time in my life, I touched the keyboard of computers. And first time in my life, I connected to the internet. And first time in my life, I decided to leave as a teacher to set up a company called ChinaPages.com. And that was the first internet company in China. And I called myself at that time called like a blind man riding on the back of blind tigers. Without knowing anything about technology, computer, we started the first company. And after 4 years of terrible experience, we failed. And 10 years ago, I came back again with my CFO, Joseph Tai. He is here today. We came to the Silicon Valley with a dream that we have a dream for Alibaba. We want to help SMEs in China, in the world, to do business online. We believe internet is a great place for business. And we think, we call Alibaba because we want open sesame for SMEs, the small, medium-sized companies. We came here to looking for venture capitalists. After 2 weeks, we were rejected by all the venture capitalists because they think, well, it won't work. How can you do e-commerce in China? How can you do internet in China? What are you talking about? B2B and B2C. Too early for China. We're not disappointed. We were inspired by the Silicon Valley spirit, the American dreams. I remember that every evening when I walk on the street, I see the traffic in the Silicon Valley, the road between San Francisco, it's lights with the traffic. And every evening if I go to the Silicon Valley, the buildings with lights, people working day and night. And every Sunday and Saturday, I could not even find the parking lots because people working hard on weekends. This inspired me and inspired us. I said, yes, this is what exactly we want, looking for. We want this thing to be happening in other parts of the world, in China, in India, in the other side. So I came home with an American dream buried in my mind. So 10 years passed. In the past 10 years were tough for us. Today, we grow from 18 founders in my apartment to 12,000 people. And we're going to hire another 5,000 new employees this year. We have a big vision for tomorrow and the day of tomorrow. And we grow from 1 member to over 30 million SMEs using our service in China, 8 million SME using our service outside China. We grow from B2B to B2C to C2C online payment. People complain that China cannot do internet because of this and because of that. People complain that China cannot do e-commerce. We say, let's build it up. People say China don't have a payment, let's build up a payment. People say China doesn't have a logistic, let's build up the logistic together with the others. And we made it happen. And 10 years later today, we came. We're looking for American dreams again. We're looking for the great idol companies that we want to learn from. We want to benefit from what they want to do in the next 10 years. And after the trip, I was very surprised to see most of the companies we visited. They're in very depressed mood. And people talking about the numbers, people talking about the IPOs, people got their stock shares. People do not talk about the dreams. People do not talk about the visions. Even some of the companies I visited. The engineers are telling you about the wonderful products, not about how wonderful this product is going to change the world, change the people. They're talking about how this product can make the money. I was a little bit disappointed. And this reminds me why this economic crisis came, why this financial crisis came. And But the very interesting thing, I see the great inspirations in some of the companies. The American dream is still there and people are still fighting for it. For example, the company I visited, Starbucks. They do have the dreams. They know what they're doing, and they want your Starbucks spirit, the culture to influence the world, the change. When I see they talk about their product, they talk about their decorations. You see the shining eyes. They know what does the globalization mean. They know what they can help the people. One of the sentences I love very much on the wall in the Starbucks, the only easy day was yesterday. That's today's situation. So I think the world today, everywhere is the same. Nobody's happy, but you are the only people that can make yourself happy. Early this year, I was having dinner in a restaurant. The owner of the restaurant, she came to me. She knows me because she's our member. She said, "Jack, what do you think about the economy? It's terrible. How long do you think this situation will last?" I said, well, this year. Wow, this year the economy is going to recover? I said, no, this year I'm going to get used to it. We have to get used to it. The wonderful yesterday is gone. The wonderful day, year 2007, may never come back. Forget about that. Let's look at the tomorrow. I think this world, a lot of people are difficult. You are difficult, but people are much more difficult than you are in this part of the world. So I think this is a great opportunity for everybody. And I sincerely think this financial crisis, this economic crisis, it's not a crisis today. It was a crisis last year, October. Last year, before the October, August, before the September, it is a crisis. And people should have worry at that time. At that time, I remember year 2007. I walk on the street, every panel, every meetings I went, people talking about what? People talking about IPO. People talking about stock price. People talking about how much money you make. People never talk about the value you create for the customers. And every panel, every meetings, conference I went, the bankers are telling you, go IPO. You can get more money, you can raise more money. But they never tell you why you raise money for. And I know something wrong with it. We start to prepare year 2007. And especially one thing that shocked me, because we are the company gone through the internet bubble burst period. It was a terrible experience. I think early last year, year 2008, one of the events I went, there was people say, well, the valuation there was a Chinese real estate company went public in Hong Kong, and the analyst said, because of this company, he owns that much land, plus each land, plus that much profit, plus the PE, that's the market cap of this company. It reminds me, year 2001, the Yahoo, how much page view Yahoo has times each cent and times the PE makes the market cap of the Yahoo, of the internet. That was the bubble bursted. And I think, wow, something's happening. So we told ourselves, be careful, something wrong is coming. So in July, I wrote a letter to my whole staff, employees. I said, the winter is coming, let's get ready for it. It was just 1 month before the Olympics. Well, we prepared. Today, a lot of people start to complain. Wow, this thing caused by banks, this thing caused by that. It's too late to complain. You could complain last year, but if you do not complain last year, let's complain. Let's prepare now. Let's take action now. Because how could people complain? The business people complain. The smartest people in Wall Street, they did not